Hi, everyone online. Hi, everyone in person. Happy Halloween. No one has a costume on in here. What's going on? We're all yoga students. We all dressed up as yoga people. I know. I totally meant to have a costume, and that tells you a lot about me. I totally spaced that it was Halloween. Let's start on our backs or in a sitting easy shape. How about that? So either sit easily, lie back. We'll take a few moments, catch our breath, let people come in and get settled. So gently bring some awareness just to the shape of your body. From the shape of your body, feeling the ground, feeling the earth. If you're in a chair, feeling the chair. Are you able to let go and release? Trust the chair or trust the floor, trust the earth to hold you. Notice what it feels like when you trust the chair or the floor to hold you. Gently reminding ourselves that we each have agency over our practices. So if at any time something doesn't feel safe, doesn't feel supportive, we can always come back to this shape, can always return to any shape, and however you reconnect to stability and grounding and safety is how you come back. So again, can we feel the breath, feel the floor, feel the ground, feel your chair, feel the earth? Is it possible to release a little tiny bit into trust, trusting that your chair or the floor or the earth is holding you? And then opening up to allow the breath to flow through your body with just a little more ease. Doesn't have to be an all or nothing situation. Find a little more ease. I'll work a little bit in releasing tension out of the face and through the neck and the chest. I don't know about anyone else. When it gets cold, I tend to hike my shoulders really high up and kind of round in a lot more. So when that happens, we tend to store some tension in our necks, in our chest. So let's take our arms up towards the ceiling. Okay. If you are in a chair, you could bring your arms out in front of you and just rotate so your palms face in and just physically make like a Y. Just take your arms a little bit wider and then let your arms Feel nice and heavy towards the back of the floor into the back of the shoulders. If you're sitting in a chair, you'll draw your arms back towards the back of the chair. Okay, now you don't get to see the back of your heart. Can you feel the back of your heart? So right between your shoulder blades. And give yourself 2 exhales just to imagine the back of your heart has roots. You're just drawing your heart space into the back. And just like you would plant your feet, your heart space draws roots into the ground. So you can feel nice and wide across the chest, across the back, and then open your arms like a T and just let your arms hover off of the floor. If you're sitting, you can still see your arms, so we can all soften the gaze and through our peripheries, see out through your fingertips. Soft eyes, 2 breaths. Then a full commitment, not forced exhale. Follow the full exhale. With the next exhale after that one, you're going to draw your arms up and cross them and put them on your collarbones. Fingertips nice and gentle on your collarbones. And then breathing without forcing, without control, feel your breath. You feel these bones moving as you breathe. So collarbones moving, gentle, rhythmic movement as you inhale and exhale. 2 or 3 more breaths. A little more challenging. We don't rush the breath. Allowing the body to breathe for us. All right, so when we exhale, do you feel how your collarbones draw down? Almost like your collarbones are exhaling out of your ears. So when this happens, the muscles in your neck get longer, or we could say the muscles in your neck release tension. When you inhale, you feel how your collarbones slide up towards your ears. The muscles contract, they tense. So let's take 2 more full exhales. Just allowing your bones to move freely. Letting the collarbones lengthen those muscles. And then after those 2 breaths, you're going to bring your arms back up towards the ceiling. If you're in a chair, you'll figure it out. We're going to do dead bug. You're going to take your knees up over your hips and your legs up towards the ceiling. Right? So we're going the second series of dead bug. With an inhale, all the limbs go out nice and wide. And then exhale like you were in water, pull the limbs back up towards the ceiling. Follow your breath. And try not to cheat the exhale. Nice, gentle, full commitment exhale. Next time all the limbs are out in front of you, we will pause. Contralateral movement. Right arm goes out to the right, left leg goes out to the left. Pause. Feel your back body. Back hips are down. The back shoulders are down. Take a full exhale, letting the collarbones slide down out of your ears. And then next exhale, pull the limbs back up to the ceiling. Right leg out to the right, left arm out to the left, pause. Back hips, ribs, shoulder. Down on the floor, back of the heart. Can you feel the back of the heart still anchoring? Feel your breath. Full commitment, exhale. Limbs back up to the ceiling. All right, side to side a little bit quicker. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Exhale up. Inhale, right leg, left arm. So you go at your own pace, strong and steady, trying not to wobble too much side to side. We'll do 2 or 3 more. And bring all the limbs back up to the ceiling when you finish. You can do 1 or 2 more if you want. Rest when you need. And feel free. Either draw your knees into your chest or let your feet come down to the floor. We'll take about 3 breaths. Coming back to your experience, noticing what you notice. Catch your breath. You come back to the awareness of your collarbones, your rib cage as you breathe. So you take that full commitment exhale, letting your collarbones, letting your ribs draw down. As you inhale, rib cage, collarbones gently slide up. With your next exhale, roll over and build a tabletop. Okay, so in your tabletop, feel free to take your arms a little bit wider. So you could take, say, if you're on a yoga mat, your middle finger could be on the mat. Maybe your ring finger, pinky finger are off the mat. Little bend in your elbows. So taking what we just felt on our backs across the upper back here, right shoulder blade, back of the heart, left shoulder blade. You feel a little more space, some width, not only across the back, but then also across your armpits. So right armpit all the way across to the left armpit, nice and wide. More challenging, you're going to curl your toes and float your knees off of the floor, doing a floating table. Okay, so you could be in tabletop on the floor with your knees down. Okay, or you could float your knees up. We're just here for about 3 breaths. Okay, then I'm going to put the knees back down, and you're going to push your butt back towards your heels. You're going to draw your shoulders, arms forward towards your wrists. Maybe come a little bit forward. Strong fingers claw the ground and push back. We're just doing 3 of these. All right, next time you come forward and you're back in your table, pause. You feel what you can't see, breath through your back body. What do you feel? What do you notice when you take 2 or 3 breaths across and really pay attention to the back, lungs, and ribs? What's it feel like to notice your breath in your back? I'm going to take a fork in the road. You could press back to child's pose, or you could lift your knees up and back and go to downward facing dog. You do you, and give yourself 3 to 5 full commitment exhales. So we're not forcing the exhale, just watching and feeling the full exhale happen. Try not to rush the breath. Letting the breath be as natural as it needs to be. With your next exhale, we're going to figure out how to come all the way on up to stand. We'll come on up. Take a big high five stretch. Bring your arms down. Just find standing mountain meditation. So just like you were standing, waiting, just stand with some ease and take a moment to feel your body as it breathes for you. And then cross your hands back up over your collarbones. You feel the sensations of your breath underneath those collarbones. Notice what your collarbones do when you inhale. What do your collarbones do when you exhale? One more breath. And then arms come down by your side. Exhale, sweep your arms out and up. Now, when you take your arms up, use that peripheral vision again. Can you see your arms as you go all the way up and as you pull the arms all the way down? So softening through your gaze, looking out at your arms. And do one more. It's amp up the challenge a little bit. Lift your arms, lift your heels. Arms down, heels down, fold forward. All the way on up. You reach up, heels up. Heels down, long spine, fold forward. One more like that. Arms out and up. You can see your arms through your periphery. Lift your heels. Arms come down, heels come down. 3 breaths. And not even needing to put your hands on your collarbones. You still feel the floating collarbones as you inhale, they float up. As you exhale, they float down. Full commitment exhale. Let the collarbones, let the shoulders just naturally, authentically release. You step your feet wide. Great. Heels in, toes out. Good. Let's bring your arms just out in front, like you're going to do double arm shakes. Yeah, if you're in the room, it's pretty beautiful out the lake. You can definitely open up and look at the lake. I'm going to inhale, open the arms like T's. Exhale, pull the arms across. Maybe you touch your back shoulder blades like, oh yeah, I do have shoulder blades. Open the arms back up. Okay, a couple more like that. Give yourself a little bit of what might feel like a hug. And opening to a big T. Okay, I'm going to be quiet and just let you feel and notice what you notice here across your upper back, through your shoulders with your breath. Next time you cross your arms like a hug, pause. Take a couple of breaths into your hands. What do you notice? What do you feel underneath your hands as you take 2 full commitment exhales? Okay, now press your elbows together with a little more awareness. You're going to push that top elbow down. You're going to push your bottom elbow up and maybe lift your elbows up, up, up about as high as your shoulders. Try to keep your ribs down and in. This is really easy to push your heart out to the lake or forward. Keep your heart space. Remember when we were on our backs? We're letting the back of the heart ground into the floor. Back of the heart grounds into the wall behind you. There you go. Soft shoulders out of the ears. Great. Heels in, toes out. Keep your elbows right here. 3 sumo squats going down. Come on up. Little added challenge if you want to lift your heels. 2 more. Great. Next time you come up, pause. Feel your ribs down and back like you were knitting two sides of your shoelaces. You're tying those two sides of the rib cage together. Try not to splay the ribs. Take your arms out like T's. Left leg rolls in just a little bit. Right leg rolls out. We go heel to heel. Great. Reach your arms nice and wide. And we're going to take your hands again, cross them over, feel your collarbones. Ride the wave of your breath through your collarbones. 2 breaths. All right, lift your pelvis. So switching gears a little bit, feel your hip bones, lift your hip bones up. Now take your right shin forward over your middle toe. There you go. Now pause. Take your right hip bone. So we have to feel the hip bone, lift it up just like a millimeter. There we go. We don't need any of my little teapots. Open your arms. Feel your collarbones float with 3 breaths. So as you take 3 breaths, can you come back? Corset cummerbund, strength awareness, shoulders soft, easy, gentle breathing. Your next exhale, sweep your arms up, straighten your right leg. Come back to the center, hands to your hips. Okay, take your arms out in front of you. Open your arms like T's. Cross them over, give yourself a hug. Open your arms, give yourself a hug. All right, hopefully it'll be a little different than the first time. Opposite arm on top, opposite arm on bottom. Pause. Feel your hands, breathe into your hands. Feel the breath a little more in that back delt shoulder area. Lift your elbows. Heels in, toes out, 3 sumo squats. Yeah, nice. A little more challenge. Heels up. Come on up. Pause for a breath. Knit the ribs. Open your arms. Right leg rolls in just a little bit. Left leg out. Heel to heel. Warrior 2. Let your left knee bend. Find your left hip bone. Lift up your left hip bone a little bit. Challenge your left knee, shin to come forward, maybe a millimeter. You feel those collarbones floating as you breathe. 3 breaths. Full exhales. Exhale, arms sweep up, left leg straightens, come back around to the front, hands in your hips. Ooh, just come back to your experience. What's it feel like to just stand here? If you're in the room, maybe looking out at the lake or looking down towards the floor. Just being aware of your experience right as it is. Softening, breathing, 3 breaths. Push your butt back, wide leg forward fold. Nice and long as you fold over, nose way out over your toes. You fold to your place of comfort and come all the way back up. We're going to pause. Find something out in front of you. Soften your gaze. Soften your eyes. Practice seeing through eyes of kindness and compassion. Simultaneously feeling your collarbones moving as you breathe. 5 breaths. Just by softening the gaze for so many of us, tension in the back of the skull eases up, shoulders relax, chest opens. Left leg rolls in a little bit, right leg rolls out. Lift the front of your hip points and bend your right knee. Great, sweep your arms up, warrior two. Looking out over your right fingertips, guiding your eyes gently. Eyes of kindness. Nice and easeful. Can you feel your body breathe? Maybe you take side angle with your exhale, right elbow to right thigh bone. Left arm can come up to the ceiling. And press your right elbow down into your thigh bone. Really reach the left fingertips up. If you want a little more challenge, straighten your right arm. Even here, soft, gentle gaze, simultaneously feeling your breath. 3 breaths. Full commitment exhale, coming all the way on up, straightening your right leg. Right leg rolls in a little bit. Left leg rolls out. Heel to heel. Left hip lifts up. Okay, sweep your arms out and up. If having your arms out is a little much for you, bring them together at your chest. Can always make the shape fit you. Okay, wherever we are, pause. Simultaneously, gentle gaze, feeling your collarbones, ribs, 2 breaths. Exhale, staying here or tipping at your hip, side angle. Elbow to that left thigh, right hand on your hip or up towards the ceiling. Breathing. Maybe you straighten your left arm. Be quiet for about 3 breaths. Exhale, come all the way back up. Step both feet together. Pick something, anything, looking maybe down out in front of you on the floor, looking out in front of you, looking across the lake. Again, practice letting your eyes soften. Might even bring a memory to mind, gratitude, softening your eyes. Look ahead with gentleness and kindness, simultaneously feeling 3 breaths. With your next exhale, we'll turn to find the top of your mat. So I'm going to go into down dog. So if you're someone who likes to use a chair or a wall or a table, face your chair, your table, or your wall. Ground through your legs. Exhale, peripheral vision now. We're looking wide, taking your arms out and up. Push your hip creases, butt back, long spine, fold forward. Skip down dog or step back. Build your downward facing dog. You could bend your knees and really push back. And even here, letting your head hang to look between your legs. Feel the ground. Can you come back like how we started and trust the earth to hold you here? Feel the anchor. Try to let go of control of your breath and take 2 full breaths. Exhale when you're ready, hands and feet step together. We come all the way back on up, standing mountain, short standing meditation, just 3 breaths. Lift your left heel. Slide it back. Hands come up onto your chest. So you're going to take your thumbs together and put them on your sternum, on your breastbone. So you build your high lunge, and then we're just going to let the thumbs feel the chest, feel the breastbone, feel the sternum. What do you feel under those thumbs through the sternum when you inhale and when you exhale? And stay here, or if you want a little more challenge, taking your arms up. And still really feeling the sensations of your breath through the front of the heart space, out wide through the collarbones into your armpits. 2 breaths. And exhale, just swing your arms back or keep them at your chest. And then step both feet together. 3 breaths. Right heel lifts. Slide your right leg back. Build your high lunge. Strength through your pelvis. Strength through your corset cummerbund, thumbs to your chest. You simultaneously feel anchored and supported by the earth, and feel the breath in your thumbs, behind your thumbs. Feeling the breath in relationship to your ribs, your collarbones, your chest. Staying here or taking your arms up. Try not to push your collarbones or your chest forward. Trying to keep those ribs down and in, long spine, 2 more breaths. Keep your legs right where they are. Take your arms back. Step your feet together. 3 breaths. Short, meaningful standing meditation. Here we go, back to down dog. Float your arms out and up, pull. Push your hip creases, butt back, long spine, fold. Step back, find tabletop downward facing dog or child's pose for 5 breaths. Coming back to your experience, what do you feel in your body through your breath? Using your breath as an anchor to stay open in your body. With your next exhale, we're going to come all the way down onto your belly. So you could come through tabletop, straight arm plank, however you want to get all the way down to prone mountain on your belly. You do you. I'm going to tuck your chin and get your nose as close to the floor as you can. Just let your nose hover. You can take your hands again, nice and wide. So, right, maybe your ring finger is off of the mat with your pinky, middle finger maybe on the mat. Once again, just pause to feel some ease, lightness. Noticing the breath again up under your armpits. Noticing the breath under your shoulder blades. Noticing the breath in your chest through your collarbones. Like the front of your heart could anchor down into the floor. The back of your heart would anchor to the ceiling. 3 breaths. Try and feel the full exhale. Grounding your pubic bone. So we want that pubic bone to stay nice and anchored as we pull the toes back, long spine. Inhale, lift your chest, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Just a few more. So nice and connected through length. Trying to keep the awareness that your spine stays really long, space through the vertebrae. If you want something more challenging, shoulders stay down out of your ears. Maybe your hands float up. There you go. And your hands float down. That'll take a lot more muscular strength across the upper back. Yeah. Okay, come down, pause, rest for a moment. It's so easy in this pose to pull your shoulders up to your ears. So unless you're getting ready for your Frankenstein costume tonight, let your shoulders exhale. Let the tops of the collarbones exhale out of your ears. Okay, so we're still looking for space from your ear to your shoulder. Great, there you go. Now doing some baby cobras. Arms could be down by your side. Arms can be by your side. You can turn it more into, say, a locust pose where your arms come down by your legs, hips, palms up. You could lift your arms, lift your chest, and lift your legs. And lower down. You could just keep your hands on the ground the whole time and just work with your spine. So again, can we do this in relationship to our breath? 2 or 3 more. Okay, and then we come down and rest. You can put your hands underneath your forehead. It's tummy time. Just give your back body an opportunity to receive the breath. We'll take about 3 to 5 breaths here. Full commitment, exhale. And then with your next exhale, challenge yourself to take that full commitment, no rushing, just let the air out. And then we'll come and find a really supportive place to sit. So we're just going to come up and have a seat. You can sit crisscross applesauce or bring your legs out in front of you, whatever works. And I'd rock a little bit on your sit bones just so you can feel, okay, there's my butt, it's anchored. And again, without a lot of force, just your spine lifts up. Okay, and then take 3 breaths. And try not to cheat the exhale to get to your inhale faster. Go all the way through the exhale. Then we're going to take your rib cage and spin it around to the right. And we then come back, anchoring into the earth. Easeful lift up through the spine. Can you feel the breath again out wide in your armpits? You feel the floating sensation of the collarbones. Maybe even feeling a little more of the breath under your shoulder blades. And when you're ready, full commitment exhale, going to the left. Collarbones floating, shoulder blades floating, ribs floating. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. And then back to center. Sweep your arms out, right? You can still see your arms, peripheral vision. Right arm comes down, side bend. All the way up and over, side bend. All the way up and over. Palm faces in. Press through that right arm a little bit, really lift up. Great. And then reach and twist a little bit. So you're just taking your left arm forward. I'm looking down at my right hand. You know, you're trying to keep that left sit bone anchored and pull through the left pinky finger. Come on up and go over to the other side. Right butt cheek stays heavy. Maybe look at your left hand and pull that right pinky finger. And come all the way on up. And we're just going to take your hands back on your collarbones. You're going to keep one hand on your collarbone. It doesn't matter which one. Put it in your armpit. Eyes open or closed. Come back to your experience of feeling rooted and grounded into the earth. And then your challenge is just follow 3 breaths. You feel 3 breaths in your hands. Full commitment exhale. We always take the last few moments of class for self-care. Maybe you want to stay right here breathing. Maybe there's a favorite stretch you would like to do. If you only got 2 minutes a day to take care of yourself, how would you use those minutes? We'll take a few moments here to take care of ourselves in silence. Maybe you're sitting and maybe you're doing some light stretching. Just keep right with what you're doing and bring attention to your exhale. And just try not to rush your exhale. We'll take about 3 more breaths here. And then with your next exhale, you might start to wiggle some fingers and toes. Just bringing some awareness not only to your internal experience, but also to the space around you. Just opening your energy a little more to what's happening around you. And then we'll bend our knees, draw our knees way into our chest. We'll roll over to the easiest side and come all the way on up to sitting. And just pause for a breath. so easy to go into, right, an automatic thought or an automatic movement. Just pause. We'll exhale, sweep your arms out and up and give everybody a high five. Happy Halloween. Thanks for coming to class today, everyone. Have a great week. See you. Oh, I'm here on Friday. I'll see you on Friday. Joe's out of town, so I'm subbing. Fantastic. I know it's Friday. Oh, I can't say that yet. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.